Police are trying to figure out who shot and killed a young man in the district. It happened as he was walking home, just a couple of blocks off North Capitol Street in the city's Bloomingdale neighborhood. The victim had worked with the Democratic National Committee. He lived just a couple of blocks away from where he was shot down. Pat Collins in Northwest Now with more on this story. Pat?
He's from Nebraska. He came to Washington to get involved in politics. He wanted to make the world a better place. He was murdered about a block and a half from his home.
I heard 2 sharp gunshots very quickly. I looked at the clock and it was 4:19.
That's Mark Mueller. He lives in the Bloomingdale neighborhood. He heard the shots. He saw the cops tending to the man in the street. That man, 27-year-old Seth Rich from Omaha, Nebraska. He worked for the Democratic National Committee. He was jumped and murdered early Sunday morning. It was about 4:19 in the morning. Seth Rich was on his way home. He was talking to his girlfriend on his cell phone. In fact, she said she heard some noise in the background. She asked if he was all right. He said, "Don't worry, I'll be home soon." You see, he only lives about a block and a half away. But Seth Rich, he never made it home. He was jumped, pushed to the ground, and shot twice in the back. Today, I talked to his mom by phone.
They took his life for literally no reason. They didn't finish robbing him. They just took his life. And they hurt the community, and they hurt the long-term possibility of what he could have done.
Mark Mueller says there's been a number of robberies in this neighborhood over the last few weeks, and police are wondering if those robberies are linked to the murder Sunday morning.
Most of us thought there was about 6 or 7 within a 3-week period, all around within a few blocks of each other.
And you think this could be a robbery gone bad?
Yeah, I think this is probably the first time when the victim said no.
Police are out in the neighborhood tonight. They're passing out these flyers, the flyers offering a $25,000 reward. They need some help in this one, so if you know something, give police a call. Doreen, back to you.
Fmr government official shot himself in the head just before testifying against Clinton Foundation. By Matt Agarist, July 16, 2017. Miami, Florida. The former director of the Economic and Social Assistance Fund, FASE, Klaus Eberwein, was declared deceased this week by the Miami Medical Examiner's Office from a bullet wound to the head. He was set to testify before a Haiti Senate Committee on the management of the Petro-Caribe Fund and to alleged misappropriation of international donor funds by the Clinton Foundation the next day. According to the Miami Herald, Eberwein, a former Haitian government official, was found dead Tuesday in a South Dade motel room in what the Miami-Dade Medical Examiner's Office is ruling a suicide. He shot himself in the head, said Veronica Lamar, Miami-Dade Medical Examiner Records Supervisor. She listed his time of death at 12:19 p.m. The address where Eberwein's body was discovered, according to police, 14501 South Dixie Highway, is a Quality Inn. A supporter of former Haitian President Michel Martelly, Eberwein served as Director General of the government's Economic Development Agency, Fonds d'Assistance Économique et Social, better known as FASE. He held the position from May 2012 until February 2015, when he was replaced. He was also a partner in a popular pizza restaurant in Haiti, Munchies, and has a Pizza the Claus special named after him. "It's really shocking," said Munchies owner Gilbert Bailey. "We grew up together, he was like family." Bailey said he last spoke to Eberwein, 50, 2 weeks ago, and he was in good spirits. They were working on opening a Munchies restaurant in Sunrise, he said. Eberwein was scheduled to appear Tuesday before the Haitian Senate's Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission. The head of the commission, Senator Valera Beauplan, Nordwest/PUNTA, confirmed. The commission is investigating the management of Petro-Caribe funds. He was also widely expected to testify that the Clinton Foundation misappropriated Haiti earthquake donations from international donors, according to the Haiti Sentinel. Read more, video, gang of uniformed thugs beat down innocent man standing on the sidewalk. Eberwine's death would not be so suspicious if there weren't so many other deaths involving people who were involved with exposing information on the Clintons. Advertisement. As the Free Thought Project reported this week, a GOP operative and donor from the Chicago area, Peter W. Smith, who was investigating and working to obtain Hillary Clinton's missing emails from Russian hackers, allegedly killed himself in a Rochester, Minnesota hotel room only days after discussing his efforts with the Wall Street Journal, according to public records. Smith allegedly put a plastic bag over his own head and filled it with helium gas until he died. Records show that Smith's death occurred at the Aspen Suites in Rochester, and they list the cause of death as asphyxiation due to displacement of oxygen in confined space with helium. Police allege that Smith used a plastic bag and a helium tank to kill himself. Before Smith, however, other bodies were piling up who had dealings with the Clintons. As the Gateway Pundit reports, on July 3, 2016, Sean Lucas and filmmaker Ricardo Villalba served the DNC Services Corp and chairperson Debbie Wasserman Schultz at DNC's headquarters in Washington, D.C., in the fraud class action suit against the Democrat Party on behalf of Bernie Sanders supporters. Days later he was found dead. Details of how he died have yet to be made public. Former UN President John Ash is another one of the bodies to conveniently perish just before a high-profile court date tied to the Clintons. After Ash was found dead, the UN claimed that he had died of a heart attack, according to the New York Post's page 6. Suspiciously, however, that claim was later disputed by local police officers in Dobbs Ferry, New York, who noted that Ash had crushed his own throat while working out. Read more, Wisconsin police reassure residents they won't be shot at from military truck. Also, Democratic National Committee staffer Seth Rich was murdered on July 10, 2016, and despite the public attention surrounding his death and the possibility that he was the source who leaked thousands of DNC emails to WikiLeaks, no one has been held responsible for his murder. He was just 27 years old, and was working as the voter expansion data director for the DNC in Washington, D.C. Rich was shot twice in the back while he was walking home around 4:20 a.m., and the official story has always been that he was the victim of a botched robbery, yet even though he was killed, he was still found with his wallet, containing all of his cash and credit cards, and his expensive watch. While there is no explicit evidence linking the untimely deaths of all these individuals together, the fact that they were all tied to the Clintons should not be ignored. To think that people who wage wars, in which thousands of innocent civilians are slaughtered, would be above taking out a handful of people who could expose their crimes is naive at best.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too, because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheeple up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Sheriff County Cop Watch with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if some, if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave a, let's say, actually, yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, at least I can do it. 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt-free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is, if I got, some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. 47,000 of you so far right now. $1 a day. $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head. Help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.